us here are involved with like seeking out solutions to agriculture and environmental problems. And in some of your stuff, you're a bit pessimistic about solutions. And I was wondering if you could comment on whether you see greater benefit from increased seeking out scientific understanding, or you think the benefit might be rather turning our interest towards community development and then allowing natural development of knowledge out of that.
First, our impulse, being the people we are, is to see that we have a big problem and then rush off to find a big solution. Global warming or climate change, for instance, is it's bundling little problems having to do with waste and pollution and so on, irresponsibility, into one big problem that nobody can really address as an individual. And then what happens is it gets moved off into the future, and we're planning now about, or some people are, what you do in the future. I love that verse in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 6:34, isn't it? Take no thought for the morrow. The fact is that nobody caused this movement toward farmers markets, community-supported agriculture farms, local food economies, which is very advanced, comparatively very advanced in Louisville region. I mean, it's been going for a while. Lots of problems, but it's going. Nobody caused that. It has been very little reported, but the increase of it is just astonishing over about the last 10 or 15 years. So that's a good change, I think. It's a good movement. I wrote an essay once called In Distrust of Movements, and I maintain my distrust, but so far that's a good movement. I'm in on it. I'm helping. I endorse it. Now there is some point in addressing it at the level of policy. And I have been to Washington with Wes Jackson and Fred Kirschenman to promote the what we call the 50-year Farm Bill, which would invert the ratio of 20% of the farmland in perennials to 80 in annuals. To the 50-year Farm Bill would change that in 50 years to 80% perennials to 20% annual. More people know about it all the time. I don't know what to predict about it. I'm not under any illusions about it. But the fix that we're in is that we do have a big problem, but it doesn't have any big solution. The 50-year Farm Bill would help. If certain people in public office and so on approved of that, it would give a kind of permission to other people to do. We know that's true. Nevertheless, it'll have to be solved farm by farm, farmer by farmer, consumer by consumer. It'll be solved in urban gardens, abandoned lot farming. Lots of little things will have to be done. It'll require patience. It'll take a long time. It's a terrible cross to bear to have to be patient in an emergency, but that's our burden now. Find out what good work is. Do it. Somebody asks you about it, tell them what you're doing. Don't go to your neighbors and say you're wrong. That ain't going to help. I guarantee you it won't help. That's what gave us the Civil War.